All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening tonight. Or maybe you're watching this recording because a friend reached out to you to share what we're doing here at Q Sciences. I am Becky DaMoude. I am a Silver Ambassador here at Q Sciences. This is my family. I'm a boy mom of 3. I am a special needs advocate. I'm a mom on a mission to help as many families as I can, as well as a NICU advocate, as having 2 preemies here that you'll hear more about their stories in a minute. My husband and I are traditional business owners, and I am now retired from corporate America to be home with my boys, to be able to, be a part of this amazing company and have an additional business for ourselves. So we're just super excited to share with you tonight. So I ask you just to listen with an open mind. I was in the same seat where you are about 18 months ago, when I really wasn't looking for anything different, but had a dear friend reach out to me and said, you owe it to yourself and to my youngest son to take a look at what we're doing here at Q Sciences. And I said, you know what do I have to lose? Let's take a look. And so it was really looking at this company and knowing it is the right company. I've been in this industry now for a little over 7 years. I had been in many other network marketing companies, probably from about the time I was 18. Thank you to my oldest sister. Failed epically. Never thought that people made money doing this, or that I would find something I'm so passionate about. So Q Sciences is the right company. It's been the right company for my family. I love sharing with as many people as I can. We are now in 23 countries and growing. This slide is a little old. We actually now just got updated this last weekend at our convention. We've actually had 1,200% growth since 2017. And what's happened in the last several days has just catapulted that number. But it really starts right here with having the best mentors. I not only consider Jake and Mark as my mentors, the owners of these companies, but also dear friends. Over these past 18 months, I've got to spend a lot of time with them. Mark is an amazing businessman. Not only is he a Super Bowl football champion, but he retired and thought he would retire to the golf course and knew he wanted more out of life. He wanted to wake up each morning and make a difference. And that's what the vision of this company has been, is what can we do to make a difference? How can we surround ourselves, help others in the times that they need, whether it's our culture, our community, our products, or this business opportunity. It has brought more to our family than I ever could have expected. And Jake, it was in 2017 when Mark brought him on board, that Jake revamped our compensation plan to what it is today, brought his experience in being in this network marketing industry with his wife, Sarah, and teaches us how to do it the right way and how to be 50-50 partners in this. They don't just see us as ambassadors promoting the company. They truly listen to our voices. I've got to spend time at Jake's cabin, hang out in our PJs, really pick their brains, them getting to know our family. And I cannot thank both of them more. So we do have a full suite of products. I'm not going to dive into them all tonight, or we would be here forever. However, I feel like I could talk about probably every single product on this slide, and how I know it's made a difference either in our family or someone we know. And so you can see at the top here, we have a full suite of products that have hemp or CBD in them. We also have our vitamin sprays, which are non-hemp, and they are part of our nutraceutical line that you see all along the bottom here. We focus truly on mental health, gut health, inflammation, pain, sleep issues, energy. And one thing I loved that when I first looked at this for a simple product for my son, and I saw this, and then I saw the business, I knew that I would have something to offer every single person I know, every person in our family, regardless of age, of gender. And that's what I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to be like Mark and wake up each morning and make a difference. So it starts right here with our core health that I'm going to talk about. And it really starts with our little guy here, Clay, that you see on the screen. He was born as a 1 pound preemie. And when we left the NICU after 100 days, they kind of just said, good luck, celebrate each milestone. We really don't know what to expect for him. So at 3.5, we fast forward, he still was very, very, very tiny. He still is, but at 3.5, we were completely nonverbal. We were not walking yet. We were barely just starting to stand on our own. And he started his physical therapy, his speech, and his OT journey there. Well, during that time, then I had to quit my full-time job. So like a lot of happening in the world these days where people aren't having a choice, that maybe their incomes are being decreased, it was a choice that we made, but it was a scary choice. And I thought, what am I going to do? And I never would have thought it would be a business like this that would bring an amazing income to our family, that I'll dive more into shortly. But it was really this core product, these 3 core products that you see here. This is the core foundation for every single person I feel like on the planet can benefit. It is your QMax Premium, which focuses on that mental health. It fills in those nutritional gaps and gives us the nutrition where you feel a difference when you take it. I call it my mom calm, my chill pill, my happy pill, whatever you want to call it. But for Clay, it was an answer to our prayers. We did not have the kids core that he's holding here in his hands when we first started. We started him on this QMax Premium, where it is truly fuels the brain for the things that he was missing. And within 2 weeks of being on this QMax and the full spectrum hemp that I'll talk about in a minute, we had him, he jumped, you guys, for the first time. If you're a mom, if you're a dad, you can only imagine, most times you're like, stop jumping around, right? That's how we were with our other kids. But Clay would try ever so hard to bend down and do everything he could to jump, and nothing would happen. And he was really getting to the age where he was noticing at 8 years old that he couldn't do a lot of things that his friends could do. He couldn't do the things that his older brothers were doing. So we were starting to see some frustration, some anger, ways that he didn't know how to cope with that, because he also has verbal apraxia, which affects his speech. He has a pretty severe speech delay. During the time at 3.5, up until that time, we communicated by sign language, but we started to see things happen. Within a few months later, he no longer was wetting the bed. We used to wet the bed 5-6 times a night. So if you can imagine what that does for my health, for our sleep, for his sleep, and for him to get a good night's rest, it was night and day. He had his first sleepover last summer, and the first thing he said when he walked in the door is, "Mom, I didn't wet the bed." That's why I do what I do, is because I want to make a difference in other kids' lives. I wish we had this before then, but I'm so grateful that we have it now. The second product in our core is our Align. It's our natural anti-inflammatory, that all these autoimmune things, all this inflammation, it's not just from a workout or a physical activity. Inflammation is everywhere, and it's decreasing the inflammation on his little brain. And then third product in our core is our Q-Biotics Total. That's our pre and probiotic, fuels the gut health. We just can't say enough. But then we have that kids core, and you're going to hear an amazing testimony in a minute on what that kids core has done. But then I also mentioned the full spectrum hemp. If you are not familiar with hemp, it's not marijuana. It is completely legal. But I want to touch on a couple things of why it's different. It is water soluble, so it's going to absorb at the highest amount possible, because our body's mostly made up of water. So those on the market that have an oil, they only have an absorbency rate of 6 to 10%. That means they're going to take a while to take effect. With this is an instant onset, getting full spectrum hemp and CBD, so that you're getting that instant feeling. So maybe it's anxiousness. For Clay, it helps him focus. It helps my oldest one, who has a lot of test anxiety, that it's helping him on those days of testing as well. So there's topicals, there's roller balls. We could go all day about full spectrum hemp, but those are just some of my absolute favorites. But it's this man right here that you see. This is Dr. Stephen Kimberly, and I cannot tell you how grateful I was to meet this man in person this last weekend, and to give him a hug and tell him thank you for changing my son's life, because it is forever changing his life, and I can only imagine what his future is going to look like. But when he gave me a huge hug and he asked me about my son and about his story, he's not only a board certified naturopath, he's also a board certified internal med physician. And he truly believes that that science does not stand still. He creates science-based cutting-edge products that make a difference in people's lives. He was also the former senior editor at WebMD for over 15 years. So when people say, how do I take these products? Just like Dr. Kimberly, because he knows. And you guys, he, like, after listening to Clay's story, said, you just wait. What I'm working on now is forever going to change that little boy's life. And I will forever be with this company and grateful to this man and to Mark and Jake for seeing a vision to be able to change so many people's lives. But I want my friend Melissa, I'm going to unmute her. I want her to share her story. I just recently met this beautiful girl. And when I heard her son's testimony, I mean, I just had complete goosebumps. So Melissa, let's get you unmuted here. There we go.
Got it. Hi. Becky, that story, it just always gives me goosebumps, for real. Okay, so with Parker, I'm Melissa Collins, and I honestly just started probably a couple weeks ago. It hasn't been very long. But Parker is my little son, and he is 18 months old. And honestly, with the exception of like a month and a half of his life, he has been sick, and he would catch every single sickness that was out there. We would wait for it. Like 1 week he would be extremely healthy. The next week he would be super sick. A lot of them had led to the ER. He was in the ER and had an IV, and that was just like, you know, as a parent, it's the hardest thing to see. And we went to see a specialist after specialist after specialist. Everybody was like, go see this person, go see the gut person, you know, like it was every single specialist I think we've seen. And we never had a result. There was never anything that they could tell us. He was a healthy little boy. And so honestly, I was super skeptic. I did not think a powder was going to work. How, if these specialists that are supposed to be telling me what is going on with my son and why he is so sick all the time, and we're being in hospitals and getting, sick constant, how is this powder going to help? And honestly, it took a good friend of ours. She's been like a family friend forever. Nikki Barker is actually who sent it. And she said, Melissa, take this Kids Core on behalf of me. And I want your little guy to feel better, and he deserves to feel better. And I was like, okay. And I ate my words totally. I mean, this powder has transformed his life. So he has been on it for a month and a half. And that is the only time that even today, a month and a half later, we have had no sickness at all, not even a runny nose with him being on Kids Core. So that's why I jumped into it, because after seeing that, I thought, okay, so if my son can get better, who has been known as the sick kid his whole life, these products are worth it. This is what I want to do. And I want to help others to feel better, just like Parker, because everybody does deserve to feel better. So we are thrilled with Kids Core in this business right now. So that's my story with my little one on Kids Core, but these products are amazing.
I love that. Thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing. And it's just been a blast to get to know you and his story, because that's truly what it is about. And so I'm going to jump in here and talk a little bit about my actual favorite product, and that is this business opportunity. I kind of call this my favorite product of all. Whoops, let me go backward, is becoming an ambassador. I knew that I wanted to help as many people as I could. I didn't want to just keep these products to myself. We could have just used them for Clay, for our family, and called it good. But I knew, like, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make an impact in as many people as I could. And so that's why when I looked at this compensation plan and that I had something for everyone, I wanted to become an ambassador. I wanted to become a partner in this. And for $39.95, I was able to get my own business suite. It's an e-commerce website. This is not like a traditional business like my husband's, it was a lot more than $39.95 to get started. But I didn't want just one store for me. I didn't want to just share these products with one or two people and have them order from my website. Yes, I do not have to carry an inventory. We do calls like this because we want to share the message to everybody worldwide. That's why Mark and Jake don't just put our products on a shelf and hope that somebody comes in and buys them. It is stories like this that people need to hear. We need to give hope to people. We need to bring light to families, and especially when there's so much darkness right now. And so this is just a small glimpse of my amazing team. Many of these people I met for the very first time face to face this last weekend in Dallas. And it started with this ripple effect. One person that she mentioned in here, Nikki Barker, she was one of the very first people I called and said, you are doing this business with me. I called my mom, I called my sister, because I didn't want just one store for myself. I wanted it to cause that ripple effect. I wanted to have a franchise that can duplicate and help their friends and their families and continue doing what we're doing. And that's really what it is surrounding yourself with those with a vision to create a bigger legacy than we ever thought was even possible. There's so many stigmas around network marketing. And is it a pyramid scheme? Is it this? Is it that? But it's not. It is the most beautiful industry that I can do this on my time, support my family, and support other people's dreams step by step. But one of my favorite things is maybe you don't want to jump in as a business partner, or maybe you do. They set us up to retain our customers and to take care of our customers. I love our customers. They can start for only $10. They get the same wholesale prices as I get and Melissa gets as an ambassador. They still can earn our amazing rewards program to get free products for their families too. We have dedicated customer support to them with a 30-day empty bottle money back guarantee. Not sure in 18 months, a single person that I have ever offered these products to has gotten their money back, because you feel a difference when you take them. When you use our sleep spray, you get a good night's sleep without waking up groggy. When you take that hemp, you feel less anxiousness. When you take that kids core like Melissa's little guy did, you can notice that's boosting their immune system. They're more focused. They're just happier. But we have order management, wholesale pricing, like I said, a zero risk. This is a huge thank you to my huge, customers and those that support my business. We wouldn't have a successful business and retain our customers without the support of our amazing company that helps us do this. And so you have really 4 ways that you can earn as an ambassador here at Q Sciences. It's a 1-page simple compensation plan that literally a 5-year-old can understand. 1, it's customer sales. You join, you partner with this, you share with your friends and family. We help you to do that because we have systems in place, and you're going to earn customer commissions. Then, like I said, weekly team commissions. I didn't want to do this by myself. I shared with a few friends and family. We call it U+2. Everybody knows 2 people who want to make extra money, right? Or that want to show up and help other people as well. You can earn those weekly paychecks. We are the only company that pays weekly commissions. And then you have one-time rank advance bonuses. And then my favorite, the financial freedom movement that I'll touch on next. But it's really simple. You can look right down here, customer commissions 10 to 35% or plus. Then builder is, 300 volume. Volume probably doesn't make mean anything to you, but just think of 3 orders. So I grabbed Nikki, I grabbed my mom, I helped them, and I was able to rank to builder. And then pro, and it goes on infinity. I am now being a silver ambassador. This has brought tremendous extra income to our family. Then FFM that pays money towards our debt or retirement of choice. But I have several friends that I was able to watch get up on that stage and earn their $1 million lifetime earnings in less than a year, and less than 2 years, and less than 3 years. The question is, what if? Why not you? And what we can create here. But as I mentioned, the FFM, it's one of my favorite things about this company that makes it unique. I've been in companies where I've earned the cars, I've earned the trips, done all those things. But what they didn't teach us is how to get our financial house in order, how to eliminate debt, how to invest your money and be smart and build savings and retirement. And it is Sarah Spencer that you see here in the bottom left with me. She is my financial coach, but she's Jake's wife. She's one of my dear friends that I talk to on a regular basis, not just about our finances. It's really, we do life together. And so, with the free, you get free financial coaching. It's not just a financial advisor. Sarah came into our lives last year when everything was crashing and was able to help us get into a better financial situation than we've ever been in. But we also have a CPA that helps us with our taxes that saved our family over $30,000 in taxes last year. I cannot imagine if we would not have had that with Q Sciences. So I definitely want to unmute my sweet friend Shannon and have her share just a little bit of her financial testimony and what it's been like since she's partnered here at Q. Let me find you, Shannon, and get you spotlighted here. All right,
Okay.
there
you
you
ready?
go, Adam. I am.
Okay. My name is Shannon Rodert. I've known Becky for a very, very long time. And I guess, I kind of got in touch with her due to watching some of her posts about Q. The first thing I did was get on a call that she invited me to and watch a presentation just like this. Becky is always so inspiring. The reason that I wanted to join her to begin with was just to earn some extra income, partially because I want to be able to tuck more away. And also my family's getting older and I would really like to start traveling more with them. Now, Becky has helped me through this step by step. The system is really that simple. And Becky has held my hand the whole way. I've been doing this for, I think, 4 months now. And in that time, I've been able to reach the rank of pro. So as exciting as that is, this week has been huge for me already. I have tons of really good leads coming on. And I can't believe that with this collagen coming into our lives like it did this last week, it's made a huge impact. I'm just really excited to see what the future is going to bring.
That's so awesome, Shannon. Thank you so much. So as Shannon mentioned, the momentum that we have right now is incredible because of exactly what she mentioned, the collagen. As I mentioned in products and Dr. Kimberly constantly being innovative, we just launched this last Friday a brand new platform of medical grade matrix collagen that no one else in the world has. And that has spiraled us into the biggest momentum that this company has had. As I mentioned, in the last 5 days, what we've paid out on weekly pay is more than what we paid out in 2018 and 2019. And we have 9 more waves coming. And so the timing, when they say timing is everything right now. We are ground floor. We are making an impact. We are the 3rd fastest growing company in this industry. And that's why we're so passionate about sharing, because it can make a difference just when you never think it is. So as she mentioned, we have systems in place. We help you step by step. So really what's next is get connected, get back with that person that invited you to hear the recording or, on this call that you're on tonight, and let them know, where do you see yourself? Where do you envision yourself? Does an extra income, maybe it's a plan B, maybe you want it to be a plan A, whatever, and get those questions answered. You're going to get connected to myself, one of their mentors, leaders, and you'll really see how the system works. Dive in. We are here. We are open book. And we would love to answer any questions that anyone has. So I just want to thank again Shannon and Melissa for sharing their amazing stories. If you have friends and family that you want to hear about Q Sciences, ask them for the recording or for our next call that we constantly are doing, because we want to make the biggest impact we can here at Q Sciences in the lives of so many. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and I hope you have a great evening.